We saw last week that defenses can absolutely win you a matchup. Look at what the Browns did last week, dropping over 30 points. So let's go ahead and look at the top 5 defenses that are probably on your waiver wire that are on their way to win you some leagues. Before we do get into it, go ahead and hit that like button. But the first defense we need to be grabbing off the waivers is the Baltimore Ravens. They have a great matchup against the Steelers this week. Kenny Pickett turns the ball over a lot, and this is a must-win week for a lot of fantasy managers. So you need to be going through and starting and finding those defenses that have a lot of turnover upside. They have a pretty good fantasy football playoff schedule. They're also rostered in about 70% of leagues, so they might be on your waivers. If they are, definitely go pick them up. The next defense you need to keep an eye on is the Seattle Seahawks. They have a great matchup against the Carolina Panthers this week. Sam Darnold is not a good quarterback by any means. The Seahawks are actually a top team in forced turnovers and sacks. It might not be a defense that you want to keep starting though. They do play the 49ers, Chiefs, and Jets in the fantasy football playoffs, but they are only rostered in about 50% of leagues, so they are a good start this week if you can find them. Another defense you absolutely have to pick up is the Chiefs. They're coming for revenge after that loss to the Bengals. They are also coming off 2 double-digit fantasy point performances against the Rams and the Chargers, and their defense also dropped 1 fantasy point against the Bengals this week, so they might be on the waivers now. They're only rostered in 60% of leagues, and they get to face the Denver Broncos this week, which is a team that consistently averages the lowest offensive point total every single week. They also have a pretty good fantasy football playoff schedule, so go pick them up any chance that you have. Another defense you need to go through and pick up are the Raiders. They have dropped 6, 8, and 10 fantasy points in their last 3 games, and they're starting to kick it into gear. A big reason for this is that their pass rush is finally waking up and making big plays. They had 5 sacks on Justin Herbert, and a week before that they had 3 on Russ and 3 on Geno. They also had 2 forced fumbles last week and get to face the Rams, which have an absolutely horrible offense. Go pick them up any chance that you do have. A bit of a sleeper defense to keep an eye on if all of these other defenses are rostered in your league is the Arizona Cardinals. They are one of the best teams in forcing turnovers. They are also coming off a bye week to get ready for this week's matchup against the Patriots. And it's not like the Patriots run a very exotic offense like the Chiefs or the Ravens. The Cardinals do have some very tough fantasy football playoff matchups though. They face the Broncos in week 15, the Bucks in week 16. This is probably the last week you can get some fantasy points out of them. They are also only rostered in 10% of leagues, so if you need that smash play to win you your matchup and get into the fantasy football playoffs, this might be a sleeper defense to go pick up. But that looks like it'll go ahead and finish up the video of the top 5 defenses you need to look for on your waiver wire. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video, start and sits coming out tomorrow.